What's the deal? It's Randall. I'm back with my Hellcat. Today, in this video, we're going to talk about wheels. As you probably know, follow me on Instagram. Got a cool set of wheels in the car, made by Forge. The question I get all the time is, I'm looking to get wheels for my Widebody Charger. What do I do? Where do I get them from? I'm going custom. How do I build them? Who do I go with? How much do they cost? All of that good stuff. So what I'm going to do is give you a quick breakdown of what you need to do if you're trying to get wheels for your Widebody Charger. I'm going to show you some of the pros and cons that I experienced with my set. We're just going to take it from there. So let's get to it. So the first thing you want to take into consideration when you're picking wheels for your Charger is going to be your wheel size. And so in my case, I prefer 22s. Most all of my vehicles I've had 22s on there eventually, and so that's kind of my preference as far as size. I'm going for more of a street look. I really don't care about speed, honestly, so I don't have to have drag radials or 15s or anything of that nature. And so my preference is 22s. So if you go 20s, that's cool. You get a little bit more tire. If you go 22s, you have less tire, but you get more wheel. And so all of that plays into each other. Do you daily drive the car? Do you drive over bumpy roads? If you do, do you have trouble driving like you need to? If so, go with 20s. If you want to be cool, you got a show car, it just stays parked for the most while, you pull it out on the weekends, 22s would be a good move also. So you just got to make the decision up front. Once you pick out your wheel size, then you got to pick out your tire size. On a Widebody Charger, on my front, I have a 295 30-22 inch tire. On a regular standard body car, this is the same tire you would have on the rear of the car. 295 30-22 in the back. And so with the Widebody, you definitely have more room. What that means is you got to fill that space up. So it's a combination of the width of your wheel, the offset, and how you want to sit as far as your suspension goes. And so in this case, I'm 22 inches tall, 11 inches wide in the front on a 295 30-22 inch tire. Also the color, color wise, I'm going gloss black. Anytime you get a wheel, you want to pick the right color, accent the car. And so I knew I was doing yellow brakes. I know black and yellow goes together, all that good stuff. And so that's one of the options that I, prefer on my vehicles is black wheels. And so in addition, in the rear of the vehicle, you want to decide if you want to do offset. The front of this car is 11 inches wide. The back wheels are going to be 12 inches wide. And so what that means is that I have more room on the wheel, but given the offset, meaning where the face is in relation to the lip, the back spacing on the lip, I have more room for this lip to poke out. And so, with a flat face, you can get a big lip look. With a concave wheel, the spokes are going to go more towards the edge of the lip. Some of them call it a floating spoke option, to where the spokes float in the face of the wheel. That's going to give you less of a lip. So if you want a big lip finish, you want to go with a convex face. If you want a small lip but a concave look, you're going to go with a concave forging pattern. And so it just depends on the brand. Everybody calls them a little bit different and calls their profiles different things. But basically, do you want a flat face or do you want a curved face, and do you want a big lips? With the tire size in the rear especially, the main thing to take consideration of is how wide the wheel is. On a 12-inch wide wheel, I have a 315 tire. On a 315 tire, what that means is that the tire is stretched on this wheel and the lip is exposed. When you have an exposed lip, which is not good or not preferable, that's going to mean that you're going to be more susceptible to getting chips in the finish from the wheel, the edge of the wheel actually being exposed. And so when you have an exposed lip, what that means is that you're going to be more susceptible to getting chips in the lip of your wheel, depending on if you hit road debris, hit potholes or dips in the road. And so that's one of the downsides of having a stretched tire. And so in this case, I have a skinny tire in the back, but riding on skinnies, they're not wide enough. So that means that with this combination, I probably should go with a wider tire if I want to protect the wheel, as opposed to being able to tuck the back of the vehicle with my air suspension. What some guys with the Widebody Chargers are doing, they're getting regular wheels and putting adapters on there. You got two options. One, you can get a custom set of wheels and tires, which means you can pick out every spec. You can pick out whether you want to have bolts on here. You see they have black bolts. You can pick out, if you want to have the logo colored to match your car or anything like that. In this case, yellow could go or blue could go, depending on the way my car, I set the car up. You can pick if you want them concave. The options are endless, and of course the prices can be endless, but you'll spend at least $1,500 to $2,000 a wheel going with a custom Widebody setup. What some guys do, they get adapters, and you can get these online for about $150 or so, and you get a regular wheel because nowhere is really going to have a wide body wheel pre-built off the shelf unless they custom ordering them and sitting them in inventory. But what some guys are doing, they'll get a wheel, let's just say Ferrari wheels, for example, and those wheels come, you know, 10, 10 and a half, 9, 10 in the front. And so you'll push those wheels out 1.5 inches. So what happens is you now turn a 10-inch wheel into an 11.5-inch wheel, and that's going to push you out in the rear to give you that extra spacing to where when your wheel would sit kind of flush to the car inward, it's going to make it sit outward towards the edge of the car and give you that wide body look. Now the only difference is when you do that, you know, you really don't want to run high speed on spacers. These are made out of aluminum, you know, and most are going to be hub centric. But what's going to happen is when you look at the car from the back, the tire is still going to be skinny on the inside. So you'll be flush on the outside, but then you'll be able to see on the inside. And if you know these cars, you'll know that it's not a proper wide body wheel. And so, you know, if someone wants to pick your car apart from a distance, you can tell it has spacers on there. Or if you look through the wheel, you can see these spacers because they are, you know, going to contrast in comparison to the color of your wheel. But, you know, different strokes for different folks. So in this case, you know, I want my car to look the best that it can. And so, you know, of course, I'm going to go custom wheels. But you do have options. You know, you can get you your factory OEM wheels, space them out. That'll take you from, what, 9 inches to 11 inches wide, 11.5 inches wide, all the way around. You know, and so, you know, you have options, you know, all different price points, but you really have to figure out what's going to work best for you, what's going to work best for your budget, and then kind of go with it. And so it's a quick video. Like I say, I get this question all the time, you know, where do I get wheels for my Charger at? How much did your wheels cost? All that good stuff. And so basically you come up with a budget and you just figure out what works in your budget. But, you know, when you go custom and you're reaching out to these wheel companies, you know, you definitely want to make sure before you even reach out and start designing your wheels and, you know, getting prices and all that, you want to make sure you have enough coverage to be able to actually buy the wheels once you get them designed out, you know. But you can definitely plan to spend, you know, over $1,000 a wheel easily. And then once you start custom painting them and, you know, painting the inner barrel, painting the outer barrel, painting the face, you know, do you want the bolts to be a different color? You know, all of that good stuff is going to come into play. And then you still got to get your tires. And so, you know, tires kind of are the curveball. You can spend $1,000 on tires, you can spend $2,000 to $3,000 on tires, depending on which ones you go with and how available they are. So just a quick video, nothing major. You know, just wanted to, you know, answer a few questions in regards to picking out wheels for your Charger. You know, I got a few updates on this one. You know, it's been a little while, but, you know, we've been busy, but we're gonna get back at it. But y'all, just thank y'all for watching, you know, once again, as always, and I'll holler at y'all on the next one. All right, peace.